Hi, beautiful kingdom people. I pray your day is going well, that God is just moving mightily for you on this day. One thing that I have been studying is different seasons of our lives, seasons that we have to endure, seasons that we experience new beginnings. And the way that God broke this down to me is as if our natural seasons, that we have the seasons of winter, which is cold, which is dark and gloomy, and this is the season of our lives where we may be in a drought, we may be in the wilderness season. This is a season that we need to store up for, just as the animals store up for the winter, they store up the food. This is a season that the animals also hibernate in, which means that this is a season that we have to be at rest in God so He can replenish us, so He can restore us, so that He can heal us, whatever He needs to do during our period of rest, so that when it is time for us to walk into the new seasons of our lives, that we can be ready for whatever is to come. And if He is allowing us to rest, that means a busy season is coming. That means that we're going to hit the ground running, and He wants to make sure that you are rested in order to have the stamina you need to get through that next season. He broke down to me the season of spring, which is rainy, which you see a little bit of light. We also have, this is where people start to farm, they start to plant seeds, and these seeds are getting water because of the abundance of rain. This is the season where we see the little glimpse of hope, where we have just made it out of the drought. We have made it out of our wilderness. And so we're starting to see those trinkles of those blessings, but we haven't dove into the abundance of it yet. And then we have the summer season, which is we're completely shining because the sun is so bright. So our God's light in us is shining so bright, in that God is using us in the season. We have come out of hiding. So we're no longer in that hibernation. We have come out of hiding. We're being seen. We're being put on display. And this is all for God's glory. So we have to remain humble during this season, or it can lead right back into a drought. And then we have our fall season, which is, we also have rain, we have some chilliness, so there may be some warfare, there may be some testing, but we also see the leaves falling from the tree. So there is that pruning, and there is that stretching. God is increasing our capacity during this time. He's weeding people out of our lives. He is preparing us for that big thing that He is doing for us, so that we can be able to steward those things that He is blessing us with according to His will for our lives, so we can steward them correctly. And so whatever season you find yourself in this day, trust God, knowing that He has it all under control. And I just ask that you would just continue to seek Him and pray and ask Him what it is that He needs from you during that season, what it is that you should be preparing for the next season, what it is that it's going to take to get you out of that wilderness if that's what you are in. And just know that every season has to come to an end. How long a season lasts determines, based on our obedience, based on how long we make that process. If we're willing to go through the fire, if we're willing to endure the valley, to go through the pressure and whatever it is that God is using to make us, to mold us, to stretch us, if we're willing to endure all of that, then that our season will not last as long as it feels like it has. And so if we allow ourselves to actually go through that process, we won't have to go through it again. We won't have to endure another winter season. We won't have to go through the cycle of the wilderness, the cycle of the drought, but we can actually finish the race and pass the test. And so I just want to encourage you this day to just stay focused. Keep seeking God and whatever it is that He has called you to do, so that He can get you through that season that you are enduring right now, that you can enter into the promises, that you can go to your spring and summer seasons to experience His promises for your life, and to be able to be that shining light that God has called you to be. You have been placed here on purpose, for a purpose. And so just know that everything is working out for your good, that nothing that we have endured, nothing that we had to go through was in vain, because nothing that God does is in vain. Every word that He speaks over our lives have to come to pass. God is not a man that He should lie, nor shall His word return to Him void. He also watches over His word for it to be fulfilled. So know that, lean on that, dive into that, and remind yourself daily that God's word that he's spoken over my life, it is sure, it is yes, it is amen, it is coming to pass just as he has spoken. And so be encouraged, be blessed, know that he got it.